Kieran Grey is now approaching his first birthday, but a year ago he was given just a 40% chance of survival. Kieran was born 3 months premature with chronic lung failure and a heart condition. Without one-on-one care, he wouldn't have made it.
With Kieran, he had problems with his lungs, his saturation levels kept dropping, and when that happened his heart rate slowed right down. He would go all floppy and the colour would drain from his face and he would go blue.
Vicky Gray says that even though her care was good, she could see staff shortages taking their toll.
There was a room with 4 or 5 incubators in there. The nurses were then pulled out and asked to look after another room with another 4 to 5 babies. So you had one nurse for sometimes 10 babies, and sometimes some of them babies were in the cots and others were in the incubators. So it was very stressful for the nurse to be put under that amount of pressure.
And this is what concerns the charity Bliss. 158 out of 172 neonatal units responded to Bliss's Freedom of Information request. 37 said they'd made cutbacks in the last 12 months. Another 40 are planning to over the next year. Under minimum standards, special care units should have at least 1 nurse for every 4 babies and 1 nurse per baby in intensive care units. But Bliss says that the NHS is over 1,000 nurses short.
There was already a huge shortfall of nurses last year. On top of that, there's another 140 nurse posts being cut already this year, and that means that services are not meeting those standards. Babies are not getting the dedicated care that they need.
In a statement, the Dept of Health said, "We want to make sure that sick and premature babies get consistently high quality neonatal care. Our modernisation plans will cut the cost of administration by 1/3 over this Parliament, and every penny will be reinvested into frontline services to improve quality for patients." Kieran is his happy, bouncy self thanks to NHS staff. The worry is, what will happen to vulnerable babies if there's no one by their side? Katie Fawcett, ITV News.